For 30 miles, these guys went on some pretty rough trails today, with President Bush leading the entire way. Inspectors will be at boat ramps like this one just to make sure that there's no standing water or zebra mussels at any boats that come in. Any kind of loud noise can send her a jolt, even something like thunder. So if you have a loan from FEMA for your home or your small business, you are okay. To add insult to injury, the burglars left a message behind me here for Williams. Including the Chatterbox Cafe, they were forced to move from here to here, giving at least some sales tax to the city. It's really very surprising someone actually do something like this. But on the side of his home, someone spray painted a curse word. The woman who owns this home wanted to take a brick so she can remember the home that she lost. Byron Williams owns this home, a place hit hard by the explosion. He's currently waiting for it to be demolished, but recently he came back to find someone stole what little wasn't destroyed.
We lost everything we had, and these people come in and robbed us. You're talking about getting kicked while you're down, that's just not right. That hurts.
Williams showed me today what was stolen.
First they started out with just my wire, and then they come through tore my faucets off. They cleaned a lot of my garage out. The barbecue pit's gone, my weight set's gone, most of it. You would hope there's not people out there like that, but there is.
Williams was gone at the time and found out a few days later. He says when he saw everything missing, it was like someone punched him in the gut.
You see this, it's really disheartening then. You don't have much left in you, but it kind of takes out the rest of what you got in you.
And just to add insult to injury, the burglars left a message behind me here for Williams. But he says he has a message for them as well.
What goes around comes around. And when your day comes, you remember this day.
Less than 2 months from today, students will be filing into classrooms here, but it'll look very different.
It's time to move forward. It's time to take these down and do the right thing for the students of West ISD and the community of West.
But before they do that, FEMA wanted to get a first-hand look at the damage.
Certainly we were inclusive of them, wanted to be transparent with the process, and they engaged us, so we said, come on.
A manager with the architect hired by the school led an inside tour with a FEMA architect. The school showed how they believe some buildings need to be taken down.
This is new. This was not here.
While others can stay up.
That has some minor structural damage.
This cafeteria is one of the buildings that we toured today, and the school wants to demolish it because of some cracks in some load-bearing walls. But the insurance company says it can be repaired.
We're still competing with them on determining what the conditions of those facilities are. We have a stance, they have a stance, and we're hoping that we can find common ground and agree upon these facilities.
But insurance isn't the only obstacle. While FEMA will help pay for the temporary campus, more help is up in the air.
We need to evaluate all the papers from the insurance, all the evaluations from the school engineers, and also we also do our own evaluation of everything. And this is a normal process required to provide money after a disaster.
Superintendent Marty Crawford says this is really just a step in the process and moving forward, but something not easily done, saying reminders of that fateful night.
It's a little draining. As many times as I've been in these facilities and seen the condition that they're in, knowing that we've had kids in these school buildings, that we potentially could have had kids in these school buildings at the time of the event.
In West, Adam Hammons, News Channel 25. It's been nearly a month and a half since the West explosion, and now residents who need to are bulldozing their homes.
Many people are tired of looking at their rubble, what used to be their home. This is not just a bulldoze effort. We're trying to help people rebuild, and this is the first step in that rebuilding process.
Phil Emick with the local Baptist church is helping with that process. He and the Texas Baptist men are offering demolitions free of charge.
Compared to Christmas morning, to one of the guys, watching the tractors do what they do, not to see someone's home demolished and destroyed, but the beginning of the rebuilding process.
For instance, my mother-in-law's home, she's almost 86, and she couldn't handle all this, and I think, they've done a great job.
Well, homeowners say it is hard to see their homes demolished. Many say it's kind of relief to start the recovery process, but the woman who owns this home wanted to take a brick so she can remember the home that she lost.
Because she wanted a brick with the date of the explosion on there to remember this, because she had lived in this house for a long time and she wanted a memory.
Crews say it takes around 2 weeks preparation to demolish a home. That's because the city has an extensive permit process.
There's about a 10-step process to be able to tear each of these houses down, getting the water lines disconnected, the air conditioners disconnected, the electricity disconnected, all the sewer lines disconnected, and we're taking care of all of that for the homeowner.
And free of charge is big for many residents. That's because many insurance policies won't cover the $15,000 to $20,000 for demolition. But when it does get done, homeowners can breathe a sigh of relief.
It's sad that it's closure, and it's time for new beginning, and we're really blessed.